Would you be willing to come talk to us about infertility and the gospel?
We have 5 minutes.
Okay, come. 5 minutes is good. So what were you saying? You can't...
I don't have a uterus, so I'm just here to see if I can save eggs so I don't lose that chance, because I'm about to lose my ovaries.
Okay, yeah. Do you understand what the IVF process is with the eggs and the
Not fully.
the embryos? Okay. Well, they'll take as many eggs as they can, and they'll fertilize multiple, and they do as many as they can. So because the odds are not good as far as having about being able to birth one child, and sometimes it takes 3 or 4 cycles to do this, and and so these embryos are created right in the petri dish, but out of for every one child born through IVF, 25 to 30 are destroyed, either die because they don't make it through, or they're intentionally destroyed, thrown away, or donated to science and then destroyed, or frozen, and sometimes frozen indefinitely, or destroyed if the fee can't be paid. And so that's a lot of death, because these are living human embryos
Once they're fertilized.
Yeah.
right once they're fertilized. But that's what the plan is, right? When you said the eggs, you're gonna freeze your eggs, but the plan is to fertilize them.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, that's why you're doing it, right? Is to have a baby.
I don't have a donor, so I don't know if...
Right. But eventually.
Maybe.
That's the hope.
Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. Right.
Like, don't you have an auction of how many eggs that you fertilize?
They'll
I have friends that have only done one for that reason.
right, but they'll encourage you.
They'll encourage
You said you
people
had
more.
friends that only did
They
one?
only fertilized one at a time, and they've lost 3 that were implanted that didn't make it, unfortunately.
So you're saying
They
they
do one at a
only
time.
fertilized one and then
One
implanted that one, and then later fertilized, because they really don't do that.
Her doctor did, whoever it was.
Generally they don't do that because it's not worth the time and effort that they put in, and it's a really expensive process. So generally they will.
We're the ones paying.
Because I've actually asked.
What happens?
Because I've talked to a fertility doctor, and I asked him that. Well, do you do one at a time? And he said, no, we don't do one at a time.
That's just my experience of one friend that I have that's lost
Right.
3 babies that have been implanted. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would think that you have that option. I agree. Should I probably fertilize multiple eggs?
So you
Just-
pro-life then? Do you agree that the embryos are human
I
beings?
also know that I'm not going to have a choice to have a baby if
Right.
I waited.
So sorry for your
So,
because
I
that
have a
situation
nine-
that
I have
you
a 9
can't.
centimeter cyst on my ovary that's
Oh.
I have to have surgery on Tuesday. So I'm gonna hope that I can leave an ovary behind to even have this opportunity.
Right.
But I may not have that.
Right.
So, but I am pro-life. I understand what y'all are doing. I'm
But
here
as
to
far as
get-
fertility, there's a lot of options that don't involve the process. Even if they were to fertilize one, but what they do here is there's a lot of death involved, and to participate with a clinic who does that.
fertility.
So they're
infertile.
yeah, she's she's here.
He's trying to get pregnant. I had 4 ectopics, and we ended up adopting.
You adopt.
And I actually went through this too. When I
Little
found out
brother's
what to
adopted.
do, we didn't want to go through with it.
I was adopted, so I get that
Oh.
process too.
Yeah.
I would just like a chance of my own at the same time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I tried too.
But I have no fallopian tubes or anything right now.
I don't have
So-
I had ectopic.
Only thing I got is ovaries right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to get information to
Yeah.
see if that's something I can even consider. But I am pro-life. I'm just here to get.
But there's ways you can adopt embryos that people has not used also.
And she said she doesn't have a uterus.
Yeah.
No matter what, I'll have to do
Oh,
that soon.
yeah.
But I'm just here to get information. That's it. for now.
Here. Take some
Yeah.
information.
Thank you.
Kick off.
What's your name? For you.
We
Thank
trained
you.
for you.